the last few years, a lot of people have become obsessed with mini pigs after stars like Ariana Grande and Miley Cyrus adopted the animals.
You have to come home, you have to make sure it's fed, make sure it's watered. It's squealed, it's hungry, which that's anybody. It just wasn't fit for our family, and so we're just going to send it back.
And pigs in Hollywood
Doesn't
don't
work
work. I
out,
got two
no.
pigs, and they were living on my couch.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sid, and in today's video, I am going to be talking about a bunch of celebrity pet mini pigs. Mini pigs were a trending celebrity pet through the late 2000s and 2010s. They would go viral all over social media. Gift vouchers for mini pigs were given away in the 2010 Golden Globe gift bags, and any celebrities that did decide to get mini pigs would make them a part of their brand. And that's sort of the only thing they were able to do successfully, because when it comes to the care and understanding of these animals, there were a host of issues. One of those issues is that there is no such thing as a mini pig. The pigs sold as mini, teacup, or micro are usually just pigs that have been bred to be smaller than standard pigs. They usually originate from breeds such as pot-bellied pigs or kune pigs, which are typically smaller sized pigs, but there is no specific breed recognized as a mini pig. And while they may be pretty small when they are purchased as piglets, they certainly don't stay that small size. One celebrity that found that out was Paris Hilton. She was gifted a supposedly mini pig worth $4,500 by a breeder in Oregon. They are still in operation to this day and are called Royal Dandy Miniature Pet Pigs. It did not take her very long to realize that there were no such thing as mini pigs.
I got tricked into the whole teacup pig thing, and I believed it, and it is true. There is no such thing as a teacup pig. So this woman contacts me on Instagram and is like, I have this little pig for you. I'm gonna give it as a gift. It was like literally this teeny little pig. It was black and white and pink. It was so cute. It's like 1 pound. She's like, it'll only be like 5 to 10 pounds, full grown. I'm like, awesome. I get her. I name her Princess Pigolette. She's like sleeping in bed with me. Like, I'm obsessed with her. Keeps growing. Then I put her in the doggy mansion with the dogs. She's like best friends. Keeps growing. Then she's like literally like 120 pounds. She's like no longer.
This is their scam.
Despite this pig not turning out how she expected, she did still keep it. But not many people keep their mini pigs when they don't stay mini. Animal shelters and animal rescues have been overwhelmed with the amount of supposedly mini pigs that get dumped off to them. Vice President of the Pig Advocates League, Anna Davis, told the New York Times that they have emotional intelligence, they have feelings, and they become very attached to their families. So when they lose their family, they don't understand why, and they grieve their loss. And I've had pigs come here that have actually cried. So yeah, it is not an easy process for the pig when someone buys one because they didn't do enough research or because they were misled by the breeder and they have to give it up. But pigs can make really great pets as long as the owner is educated on them, knows what to expect, or has enough money to throw at any problems they may encounter. Which is the boat a lot of these celebrities find themselves in. Like, most celebs have no excuse to not be able to accommodate a pig, even if it turned out to be not as mini as first expected, because they have the money to take care of it. But before I go any further, I just want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, Aura. Aura is a digital security app specializing in getting any of your potentially compromised data removed from data brokers. I'm sure everyone has received spam emails or robocalls before and wondered how they got your details to begin with. They got your info because data brokers are making fortunes selling your private information, and that is where Aura steps in. They submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required decide to remove your information when you ask them to, but of course they don't make it easy, so Aura handles all of the back and forth for you. And apps like Aura have never been more important when there are massive data breaches happening all of the time. Like the National Public Data Breach compromised over 2.9 billion people's private records. And Aura doesn't just help with stuff like that, they offer a bunch of other things in their app, like parental controls, antivirus, a VPN, and so much more. It's all in the one place at one affordable price. So stop leaving yourself vulnerable to data breaches and go to my sponsor, aura.com/Sid, to get a 14-day free trial and see if any of your data has been exposed. Once again, a big thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video. Anyway, back to talking about celebrity pigs. One celebrity who had an understanding of how big their pig would likely get was Miley Cyrus.
Where do you get where you go
You know,
pigs
I'm
out?
from Nashville, so I believe that there's no such thing. And everyone's like, so you thought it was a mini pig? I'm like, I'm from the South. We don't believe in mini pigs. There's no such
We don't
thing
care. We go full
as a mini
on.
pig.
We go full on in
yeah,
Nashville. I don't
pigs
care.
will get as big as you feed them.
And like Paris, she too was gifted her pig. For her tour at the time, she ordered a bunch of fake teeth from the company Billy Bob Products. And the owner of this company also just so happened to be breeding mini pigs, which were technically pot-bellied pigs. Around the same time one of his pigs gave birth, one of Miley's dogs was unfortunately killed by a coyote, so he reached out offering one of his piglets and she accepted. When her tour came to his area, he was invited to stop by and drop off the pig then. Miley named her Pig and also later got another pig she named Puddles. In a Howard Stern interview in 2017, she said she wasn't going to be touring her Younger Now album because she needed to look after her pigs. Pig also appeared on the front cover of Paper magazine with her, and she just really loved these pigs.
No, but you mess with my pigs, you mess with my soul.
Okay.
So then I'm gonna have
All
to
right.
come for you.
But it may have been her love for them that ultimately led to Pig's death. There were rumors that Pig was cooked and eaten by Miley's ex-boyfriend, but she actually just died at the young age of 5. On a talk show, she revealed that she took Pig to a vet and was advised to put her on a diet.
I recently took my pig to the vet and they said she had to go on a diet and they said, well, what's she eating? And I said, exactly what I eat. And the vet goes, like that to me.
But it does not seem as though that happened. Jonah White, the man that gifted Pig to Miley, wrote on his Facebook account that she was spoiled and overfed, which led to an overweight issue and a short life. He also reiterated those sentiments in an interview.
You know, she overfed it, so she was always giving it. So I'm like, Miley, you're not a good parent. You're not being responsible, you know. And she's probably 18 years old at the time. But anyway, I'm like, you need to ration its food. Don't, whatever. So I think she overfed this pig.
Her other pig, Puddles, did live a longer life, but it wasn't with Miley, which could have been why she lived longer. After Pig died, Puddles was moved to Miley's sister Brandy's farm in Nashville. There she luckily wasn't overfed, but did eventually pass away. Brandy talked about Puddles' death on a podcast in October 2024.
What happened to Puddles?
Well, Puddles is kind of old. Like, Miley got her, God, I don't even know what year. Miley got her so long ago. The girl that works for me was feeding everybody this morning and texted me at like 7:30 a.m. and said that Puddles seems like she's having a seizure and that I needed to come down. And when I got down there, she was gone.
So while Miley had an understanding that mini pigs weren't a thing and didn't get rid of her because she grew bigger than expected, her pig care ultimately wasn't the best. But one family that didn't give their pig the chance to even get bigger was Honey Boo Boo's family. Honey Boo Boo is a reality star, and her family were on a TLC show called Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. In an early episode of the show, the family gets a male mini pig for Honey Boo Boo, whose actual name is Alana.
This is a new member of our family. His name is Glitzy. I think Alana's gonna love him. We're gonna make it a girl pig, so he's gonna be a little gay.
It's not gonna be gay.
Yes, it is, because we're making it a girl pig, and it's actually a boy pig.
Okay, but it's not gonna be gay.
It can if you want to.
They named the pig Glitzy after the kind of pageants Alana competed in, which were glitz pageants. And while Alana liked to participate in those, Glitzy did not like to be picked up. He would squeal and visibly not like it, but one time they were able to pick him up and place him on the dining table where he went number 2. And moments like that with Glitzy became big talking points around the show. In early 2013, Here Comes Honey Boo Boo was premiering in the UK, and a British celebrity brought a mini pig as a prop to the launch. Honey Boo Boo and her family were also spoofed on Family Guy, and pigs were weaved into the plot. But while Glitzy had a very lasting impact, he only lasted a couple of weeks in the Honey Boo Boo household.
I think it's cute to see Glitzy and her play together, but I just don't think it's gonna work out. Get home at 5:30 this morning, won't eat. Hello, I'm asleep. I ain't time to feed your ass. But if I didn't, it would have hollered from 5:30, to 10 o'clock. It just is not a fit for us. I think that we're just going to return to the breeder.
Pigs can be trained, but Glitzy in their care could not be told what to do.
You can't tell that pig what to do.
So despite Alana and her father, known as Sugar Bear, growing attached to Glitzy, they decided to return him to the breeder located in Georgia in the US. The breeder was a business named Posh Pigs, and they already had him neutered. Unneutered mini pigs can grow bigger, have their tusks grow in faster, and their fur becomes a lot shaggier. But getting Glitzy neutered would mean that he would look pretty much the same as he would in the show. He would just get a little bit bigger. On the Posh Pigs website, they had a page especially dedicated to him and said he would be the official spokespig of Posh Pigs. Glitzy also appeared on the Anderson Cooper show, where he was shown briefly staying at the D Pet Hotel. And this kind of exposure got Posh Pigs noticed by the Kardashian-Jenner family, who had a reality TV show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kris Jenner, the mother to that family, arranged the use of the Posh Pigs piglet named Snow White. She was first seen in photos online in attendance at Kris's daughter's Kylie Jenner's 16th birthday party. Not long after that, she made an appearance on Kris Jenner's talk show, where they attempted to bathe her in pet shampoo, and much like Glitzy, Snow White squealed a lot.
And isn't she cute? Now, she's a screamer, too, so if she screams, don't get nervous.
Okay, I'm taking the Wilbur.
Sit right there. Sit right there.
Has she ever been bathed? Really?
Oh.
Has she ever been bathed?
Oh, maybe not.
Will, I'm scared. Oh, God, she's going to scream.
She's going to scream.
Baby.
Oh, Wilbur, it's okay. Okay, she's all right.
Okay, this feels a little bit like torture, and I'm not into torture.
The next sighting of Snow White was in the actual show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and they pretended that Snow White was one of Kendall Jenner's friend's pigs, and they were tasked with looking after her while the friend was out of town.
Look at you! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Let's go get your pencil. Okay.
Why'd you name her Wilbur, Mom? She's not your pig.
Didn't you read the book Charlotte's Web?
Yeah, but she's not your pig, Mom. You can't rename her.
It was during this episode that Kris took Snow White to Kylie's party, and during that episode they give some promo to Posh Pigs in exchange for letting them use Snow White.
There's this website that has pigs for sale, and I want to see if you should maybe get Mom one.
What is it called? Posh Pigs. It's wearing a necklace. Oh my gosh.
When Snow White returned home, she was given special treatment like Glitzy, but unlike Glitzy, the owner mentioned on social media that Snow White would be added to their breeding program. Because many pigs kept getting promoted, there was still a lot of demand for them as pets, and Posh Pigs was far from the only ones breeding them, and things started to get dirty between other breeders and Posh Pigs. A couple of other mini pig breeders were making allegedly false claims on the website Rip Off Report. It's basically a website where people can talk about if they've been ripped off by a business. And there were a couple of people saying that Posh Pigs sells 6 pigs and they use Glitzy to lure people onto the website. Posh Pigs responded to those reports saying they were jealous that they got Glitzy on a reality TV show. Posh Pigs also attempted to sue Rip Off Report for $2 million, but that did not go anywhere. That may have been because one of the main things that the other breeders were criticizing Posh Pigs for was the fact that Glitzy wasn't even bred by them. On the Posh Pigs website, Glitzy's parents were listed, but those weren't actually Glitzy's parents. While Posh Pigs did eventually breed their own pigs, they started off by purchasing wholesale mini pigs from a breeder and then reselling them. Amongst all of the rip-off reports, it was revealed that Glitzy was actually bred by a woman named Jennifer Wilkie in Orange Park, Florida. Posh Pigs did end up closing down in 2015 to focus on dog breeding instead, but Jennifer Wilkie, the woman who bred Glitzy, continued on. I'm sure Posh Pigs saw the writing on the wall and got out early, but Jennifer continued on past the point of when pigs were a trending pet. Pigs were no longer getting purchased as pets in high numbers, and she ended up becoming a hoarding case. In 2021, she was shut down in what was called one of the state's worst animal abuse cases.
Her arrest report states many of the animals were emaciated, left with little to no food and water. Investigators say there was an overwhelming smell of ammonia on the property, and the animals were living in their own feces and urine. When questioned by investigators, Wilkie maintained she ran an animal breeding business. A little more than a year later, a judge sentenced her to 5 years probation. During this time, she has to follow conditions including she cannot have any pets or animals and cannot be involved in any manner of animal breeding of any kind.
And that has been an increasingly common occurrence when it comes to former mini pig breeders. They aren't able to sell their supposedly mini pigs, and then they're not able to manage the care for them.
Pot-bellied pigs are recovering on a sanctuary farm in Jacksonville after being rescued from a backyard where authorities say they were neglected.
Through their ranch, the Wempies hope to educate the public about backyard breeding and owning a potbelly.
You know, they were found on the side of the road, dumped off somewhere. They just, I don't know. I get emotional when I talk about that part sometimes.
They were rescued from a severe neglect situation. They were allowed to eat whatever they could find, which means cake, dog food, and in one case, the bodies of the dead pigs who they used to know. And all 3 of them are mechanically blind, meaning that they actually can't see. Their faces are so overweight.
Dr. Kennedy says she sees cases like this often, but these innocent animals don't deserve it.
They're beautiful animals. They're very charismatic. They can be, and they are, you know, they feel pain. They feel emotional pain, you know, and they're very evolved animals. They're the smartest domestic species. It's not fair to them.
One celeb who helped with some of the leftover pigs was Ariana Grande. In late 2020, she started an animal rescue called Orange Twins Rescue with 2 of her best friends who were also twins, Brian and Scott Nicholson. The rescue helps to rescue and rehome dogs and cats, but also has a bunch of permanent residents that are farm animals. They also sponsor the rescue of other animals as well. In California, there was over 400 once mini pigs that needed to be rescued, and Orange Twins Rescue contributed the funds for 65 of them to be saved.
A real turning point was several days ago. I got a message from Orange Twins Rescue. They are incredible. They drove down, helped us by taking a mom and her last surviving baby, and they are helping in huge ways. Orange Twins is sponsoring 65 pigs getting out of there and getting spayed and neutered and cared for, and they're helping to find them homes.
And and that may have been because Ariana has a pig of her own. In 2018, she very suddenly decided to get a pig with her boyfriend at the time, Pete Davidson.
Yeah, we got a pig. You got a pig. So can I just say, like, this girl, like, she was like, I want a pig. And then an hour later, it was just there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still trying to get, like, a Propecia refill for, like, the last, like, 2 weeks. This chick got a pig in an hour.
And it may have been this impulsive purchase that led her to overlook the fact that pigs were illegal in New York, where she was living at the time. But that did not stop her from making an Instagram account for this pig and naming her Piggy Smalls. Piggy was gaining a lot of attention on social media, and one fan pointed out that she was breaking the law. But Ari replied saying she's an emotional support animal and she needs her. Piggy was then featured in a music video of hers and was also an accessory for an Ariana Grande character on a video game. But despite being so ingrained in Ari's brand, Piggy began to not be seen as much, and people were concerned.
However, there's a lot of concern at the moment on social media about the well-being of Piggy Smalls. So it's been a while since we've seen her, and you know, Piggy's Instagram was blowing up at one point, but now she hasn't posted on Instagram since January. That's like 6 months, people, and fans are freaking out, me included. One person wrote, I miss Piggy Smalls. I hope she's alive and well. And another got a little dark and said, quote, is Piggy Smalls alive? Like Myron or Toulouse ate her? Okay, and if you thought that was morbid, just wait a sec, you guys. This person said, quote, y'all thinking Piggy Smalls is bacon now? I can't.
Glimpses of Piggy were few and far between, but it did appear as though Ariana still had her. She also later explained why Piggy wasn't being as seen as much.
This question, I'm really fond of this question because it's really to the point. Where's the pig? I love this question. Piggy's here. She's great. She's really doing so well and life is really good for her right now. She's really thriving and doing her thing, and I make her big salads every day that she really likes. She's doing really great. She asked me to stop posting her as much because she's actually really offended by a lot of your jokes that you make on Twitter. She asked me to have a word with you guys.
Then Ari got a role in the Wicked movie, which was being filmed overseas. And since she could not bring a pig with her, Piggy ended up living at the Orange Twins Rescue.
Piggy is with the twins right now, staying with my siblings while I am away, and she is being taken such good care of. And she is happy, healthy, and thriving. Ryan makes her the most beautiful dinners, and they're taking such good care of her. She's very happy.
So yeah, while celebs made pigs look trendy and cute, a lot of them did not know what they were getting themselves into. Anyways, that's pretty much everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. Let's take a moment of silence for all of the mini pigs that suffer as pets. And I will see you in my next video.